What's going on, guys? Back with another weekly review video for you guys. I apologize that I missed last week. Had a bunch of midterms. Won't be slacking anymore. Without further ado, let's get into it. First off, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is not financial advice, just kind of some stock setups that I'm seeing with stock, options, futures, etc. Stuff with involved all sorts of investing. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here's the weekly slides. I will be posted to the Discord, free Discord in the bio really soon. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, and let's get straight into it. So market watch economic calendar. This is just all the basic stuff that traders use. Best to be cash during these times. And earnings this week, a lot of high short setups. So that is great. And what I mean by we got low float, so low float and high short. So a high short interest, and if you guys know what happened with stocks like GME, AMC, those were heavily short stocks. So we definitely are going to have some action this week. As you guys see right here to the right, we have the earnings by volatility. So top to bottom, Billy's a 20% expected move. IV is going to be high. From these up, expect high IV and IV crush after earnings. Billy pays, Overstock pays, Redfin pays, and those are all kind of unique points on the chart technical analysis as well. BYND moves when it moves and stuff like that. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into the charts. First off, we'll start here with the S&P 500. I'll move myself over there. So the S&P 500, as you guys see here, we're getting really close to that 400 level. We pulled back, and now we are sitting at 390-ish. Closed below the anchor on Friday, so Monday we're either going to look for a breakthrough over 390 above the anchor, or we are going to look at this 388 level. 388 to 378 or 387.5 is what really matters. If we can't hold this 388 level, I'm expecting us to trade all the way back down to 386, then 384, and the big level here is 382. It's a whole zone from 382 to 380. So make sure we really watch this 388 level for a bounce, short the retest, and catch the continuation down. Really liking this setup here, guys. On the 4 hour, even this hourly, it kind of looks like a sus head and shoulders. I heard interest rates might be going up by 0.75 points, so that's something to keep in mind too. Always make sure we manage our bankroll. Pay attention when you trade this. When you trade SPY, all you need to have pulled up is VIX, tick ADD, and if you guys look at this chart right here, this is how I trade SPY simply. You guys can tell that I got this from Tommy the Bull, so shout out to him. Overbought. Then we got oversold. So here is buy the dip, and here is scale out and look for a potential reversal. Now let's get into it. Billy has a high short float of about 12%. The last time I checked, I've traded this stock before and it pays really well. We're going to go right into a 4 hour chart here, and as you guys will see, I pulled these boxes. They work pretty accurately. So I'm really looking at above the high. I think we have room all the way up to 183. Now this stock is overvalued in my opinion. So once again, in my opinion, the stock is overvalued. So a great place to potentially buy the dip would be this $90 level. I like it a lot. I don't think we're seeing that. I think we're either going to see about this 120 or this 160 level going into earnings. Really watching that all-time high breakout. Next, clean play today was Baidu. Baidu ran a good earnings report, and as you guys see, Power Hour ran from 320 all the way up to 346. Wow, what a trade on Baidu. So Baidu, I'm looking for it to fill this gap all the way up to 360 and then pull back to the 50. And yeah, so Baidu's on watch. This is a momentum play. BYND, not the biggest fan of it here, but BYND has earnings. BYND is also a high short setup, and I believe there is a 15% implied volatility. So we could definitely see it. I mean, if we would break this 172 zone, we could trade all the way back up to the 180s and the 190s. Next, you're going to see a lot of upside plays. The main downside play is Google, QCOM, and SPY Short. We've been ripping SPY Short in the chat, and it's been working really well. But let's get into CRM. CRM here, a very interesting setup as you guys see here. The all-time high trend is from 284. Bought Salesforce or bought some, or this is they acquired a company last earnings and they apparently overpaid for it. I forgot what company it was, and then you guys can see panic selling bottomed, broke out, and now we're testing this the all-time high trend line. So this 250 level is clearly huge. My main play comes in over 270, and then over 276 there's a wick fill on the weekly time frame. And CRM, when it moves as well. So another great setup there post earnings. Dell nearing all-time highs. Just the earnings setup, got it on watch. Nothing too special. In the case of a market sell-off here, I'm really liking a dip buy on Disney. Disney dip buy right at this 180 level. So we have the 50% fib here at this 180 level. Stop out, the stop's kind of far away, but I would say give yourself a $2 stop, and we could capture a lot of upside, as you guys see here. It's just flat consolidation and a lot of, we give up this 182, drop to 180 real quick, and maybe catch the retest. DKNG has earnings. Sympathy play to this is going to be ticker Penn National Gaming. Very bullish on the sector. Broke out today, had a really good close. Over this 65 level, we're holding until 70. DPZ, Domino's Pizza, it's fire. Don't at me. 435 is the all-time high. As you guys see here, I did it from the low to the high. This is on the weekly time frame, so let's go to that and I can show you guys. And we are currently sitting right again at this 50% fib level, and we've held it for a long time, 2-3 months. This is a stock play, not very liquid options, but it is a good setup, so I thought I'd bring it up. As you guys will see here, a whole lot of fibs. Pulled to the 50. Etsy reports this week as well, another high short interest. Etsy pulled to 215 and now is forming, not a cup and handle, but it's forming that if we break 230, next 235, and this 240 breaks, traded all the way up to 250. Fastly, this is a great setup here in my opinion. We'll look at it from the daily. So as you guys can see here, Fastly has made a huge drop. Fastly has gone from down, what is that, 120 to 80, down about 30% I would say from the high, this month's high. So take a look at the RSI. I'll have Martin drop it in the chat. This might be a potential dip buy. We have got to hold that 80 level though. If 80 does not hold, we can see it dump really fast. So this is a play really either way. If 80 can't hold, trade it back down towards 76, 78, 76. FSLR, solar company, SPWR, which is in the same sector, did not do that well, and resulting in a sell-off for FSLR. FSLR, the 50 is currently at 85.80. Might be a good place to go long, waiting till post earnings. And then over 110 is going to be the play for me. Home Depot, not a big fan of how it moves. Great news on consumer confidence and retail and home sales and stuff like that. So keep that on watch. Earnings report and the sympathy play is Lowe's. And yeah, Lowe's also reports this week, so it's going to be interesting. Into another just stock play, kind of forming this multi-day flag breakout and retest over 423. You guys are going to see, another squeeze for about 10 points. Slow mover reports this week as well. Lowe's I like a lot better of the setup compared to Home Depot. So Home Depot and Lowe's both report this week. 180.67. So I got it over 180 is the early entry. Take the momentum. If the Dow, I'm expecting the Dow to have a really big week. We'll go into that a little bit later. But I really do like Lowe's over 180 earnings this week as well. Nvidia ripped into earnings, and the 50% fib is at 575. That's a great place, confluence with the critical level. And then if they do somehow have an earnings beat over the all-time high, I'm going to be targeting 635 and 650. OSTK, really have no idea what it's going to do here, but when this thing rips, it rips. Very, very high short interest. Over 112, obviously, that's going to be the play. Soft PT at 121, then 136. 128-ish is the all-time high, and it does wick hard on you because it's such a heavily shorted stock, so keep that in mind. PANW, just over 400, target 403, target 405. Redfin, great setup here, great close on the daily time frame. Over 97, traded back up towards 100. High short interest, I believe, about 9%, and has earnings this week. A lot of this stuff looks very bullish. This looks exactly like the BA chart. We'll go over that in 1 second here. RKT, really liking this on the daily time frame as well. I think we might see a pop pre-earnings. I gotta check what day they report again. But RKT, in my opinion, as the stock is personally, it is undervalued. As you guys can see, the low, the IPO opened at 17. We're currently at 20. We might be seeing a potential reversal here, especially on a good earnings report. And it will pay equity. So I might take a starter position. I'll keep you guys updated with that. SQ is one of the biggest names this week. As Bitcoin continues to push, Bitcoin, I believe, hit 57,000? No, 53. Either 53 or 57,000. I'm going to check after this. So don't take my word on it. It's over 50,000 for sure. I know that. But it's absolutely ripping. And as you guys can see here, rejected 281. Over 281, target 283, target 285, 291 and 305 are the fibs. They acquire, just like PayPal, this is setting up very, very similar, and PayPal paid when they reported earnings. Next, Snapchat making new highs after hours, just over the all-time high, or take the retest. SE, another one, over 283, Wickfield to 285, and then, that bigger move all the way up to 300. Great setup here. We missed it, unfortunately, today. I was not paying attention to it. TTD, good earnings report. Some major upgrades came in as well. You guys can see 880, 880, and that's Jeffries. That's 985. Big size coming in as well today. Good volume, as you guys see here. So yeah, I'm looking for this. Really, I don't like it until the 950 level. But I will definitely be playing it over 920 as well. Spreads are kind of wide. Play monthly like March expirations and just hold. It's a great stock to day trade. Tesla, $430 million came in right at the close of selling. Going to be very interesting here. The 750 level is a huge support zone. If we can't hold that, we are going to trade back down to the 700. My main play on this, and I mean main play, is going to be start scaling in at 750. Look for the bounce back up to 760 and 775. Exit there, take my percentage, and hopefully get a better fill on the way down. Next, TDOC reports this week as well. Over 300, really big fan of this. For the wick fill up to 308. TDOC, when it moves, it pays ridiculous. It went 100% on an $8 move, so TDOC is definitely on watch over 300. This 300 level is huge. So yeah, make sure you watch that 300 level on TDOC. Next, Wayfair. Wayfair, main level for me is going to be 325 and 350. Over 350, easy wick fill all the way up to 369. And then obviously that 400 break, and with the box strategy, multi-day breakout, I'm expecting 480 on a good beat. BA, great setup today, as you guys see here on the 10-day, 30-minute. Let's actually go to the 20-day, 1 hour. This is going to be a break of the 20-day, 1 hour high over 218. I would really like to catch a fill at the 50% fib right around this 214 level. Great level. As you guys see, we bottomed out at 208. Actually was in here, sold for a loss because I did not want to hold overnight, but it's okay because we caught Palantir. So over this 218, really 220 to be safe. Traded every $2 up to the upside. And a lot of the Dow stocks look very similar. So if the market's going to push, I'm expecting it to be the Dow. This past week was financials. Financials held up really well. Names like Goldman Sachs, Citibank, stuff like that. Interest rates, are we going to get news on that? Like I'm expecting. I wonder how the market's going to react to that. Make sure you manage our bankroll. I'll drop some more charts in the Discord. And if you guys are wondering, we run a free Discord. So if you guys want to hop in that, go ahead. And thanks for your time, guys, and let's kill it this week. I'm really confident with this week. And yeah, peace, guys.